we have that. That's going to replace this. Exciting things today. What are you doing today, Maureen? Well, to start, I had to go get my teeth cleaned. So it was very early morning. I don't do well with dentists. I don't think most people do, but I actually have that kind of weird thing where I should have a little bit pre-medication before I go in. And because it was so early, they couldn't do that. I did get a bag of gifts and prizes because I was a good patient. Yay, that's nice. I got a new toothbrush and I got Sensodyne and I got a little mini bottle Listerine. Oh, thought I would get all the wrinkling out of the way. And I got a toothpaste, and then she also gave me these Pro Weave, these little teeny tiny flosses. And this floss is nice and fine because I do have quite tight teeth, but it expands, so then it'll help to get in there and stuff like that. But she said I was doing very well with my hygiene. That's why I got all the gifts and prizes. I think they just give them to everybody. Oh, and of course I forgot to have my microphones with me in my rush to get out the door this morning. I don't live far from the dentist here, which is good. Yes, Mr. Cyclist, I do see you. It's funny when you're driving along, and you do see it with some cyclists. Yes, I'm making eye contact with you. I will not drive out and hit you. I think the lady beside me would like my big truck to get out of her way. Anyway, back to the exciting news. It is May 5th. You really should keep your hands on the wheels. And your eyes on the road, for that matter. It's just a little short street. So, last year, Brampton Gardener, she came on and showed this metal raised garden bed that she bought, and she got it for really, really cheap from a place called Princess Auto in Canada. It was on sale. It was like, woohoo! So I looked around, and of course it was like the clearance end of the season sale. I went looking around. I finally called someone back in December, and this person was very kind to actually go look in their order forms. She goes, yeah, we've got some ordered, and they'll be coming in March, and then they'll be in the stores on May 5th. So I had myself a handy dandy little note in my phone to check. And also she said, yeah, it looks like they're going to be the same prices. It's not as cold as it was when you first started, when you could turn the heat down. And so they are the same price. And so I just called up there and said, just checking to see if you got them. He goes, yeah, they're right in the front door. I said, yeah, well, I'm going to come over. I'm going to come and buy a bunch. He says, well, you could take them all. And it was like, no. He says, I got 27. I said, no, I'm going to take 4. He said, you don't want to round it up and make 5? Maybe I do. But I actually said no. I said, it's like, isn't 4 enough? That brings his numbers down. Starts out the day with a good sale. I'm using the money I got from Christmas from my kids. They all blessed me. It was so over the top that they wanted to bless their mama with some money. So I have just squirreled it away and kept it for this very day. Between these 2 trucks. No, don't even try it over here. Much easier for me. So I'm here and I'm very excited. Well, I do need to go and look at them and make sure this is what I want, but each bed is $100, and so that's pretty darn cheap. So let's go in. Awesome. Okay, I'll show you what I did. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you recall, I was going in to buy 4, but don't lean up against the truck. It's dirty, needs to be washed. The guy that I spoke to on the phone when I first called, he said, yeah, I got like 28. Do you want all 28? I said, no. I said, just take 4. And I'm thinking this is great. Be happy that I'm taking 4. And then he says, yeah, you want 5, right? And I said, no, I don't want 5. I want 4. You know, you want 5. And I said, no, I don't. He says, I'll give you 10% off. I said, fine. So I got $10 off of each of these. So they're down to $80. So, you know, it's like, yeah, that's great, Maureen. But then out at my garden away from home, we're planning to put tomatoes out there. And so I need trellises built. I got these. They're only 8 foot. You know, I probably need 10, but 8 foot T-posts. $11.99. I bought 8. I probably should have bought all 10. I should have bought 10, you know, because then I have to, you know, I probably want the 10 and I'll have to drive back out here. I'm not gone from the store yet, so I could go back in and get the other 2, but no. And then the chicken aisle. And we are in the process of buying a 5-gallon waterer because our girls are going through it. This was down to like $34. It's regular $50. We had one on Amazon ordered for $50. It's like $34. I love this store. The 2 workers I had, like, I probably could have left with everything. It's like, hey, let me just show you this. Hey, let me show you this. I'll buy it. I buy it. I buy it. I buy it. Now we got to get them home and put them all together. Actually, that's not true, because I need to go next door to Buckerfields to get some peat moss and some just some play sand for the girls for their dust bath, because that's what I use for them. Not quite going home yet. Buckerfields. Okay, yes, it's time. You know, and after a week and a few days, I'm finally getting to put the garden beds together. There were lots of pressing things, like plants that want to be up-potted because, you know, they threaten to die. Getting my farm stand up and ready to go. Like going out to the farm away from my home where we put a big, long trellis fence and we planted about 14 tomatoes out there. So that is a video coming up. You'll have to check that out because it's starting to look like a real farm. Just lots of little things that had to get done before I could start building. I'm now at the place where I need to actually get the beds done because after this long weekend, you know, the planting season is, you know, underway, and so I need to get these done now. I forgot to ask Brampton Gardener if it's easy to put together or not. I'm hoping it is, but let's go unbox it. Let's hope it's simple. Now, I don't know what tool I need yet, so I will wait on that. And then the other part is trying to make the decision to what shape I should do, because that's the next thing. And whether or not I'm going to put all 5 beds together, that's another question. So we will begin. So we've got our 4 corners. Oh, it has a list. And then I have these pieces, which I think might be called J4. And then there's something called an accessory box that's going to have all the little screws and things in there, which is great. Yep. Whole bunch of wing nuts and screws, all in a nice plastic bag so you don't lose them, which is great. Right, this is the F1. And then the last piece is all of the sides, which I think we get 8 of these. Okay, so this has got a bit of a ding on it on some of the paint. So we have 3 instructions: assembly of corner and straight plates, and then straight plate assembly, and then push the safety rubber edging to the top, rolled steel edge. Those are our 3 instructions. So not too complicated at all, which is great. Looks like I get a screw, a washer, and then a little wing nut. So that should be fairly easy. So now it's deciding what shape should I do. I think I'm gonna go with option 9. I'm gonna go with the biggest one, because I think growing up in a big family and then having a big family of my own, it's just like, you know, more space is better. So that's what we're gonna work on. Okay, so you saw me put together, the first kind of two corners. And it's not complicated. They didn't send me a little hexagon thing to hold the nut, but we'll just go around. And what I did is I just put in 3 just in case if I have a oopsie daisy. But so I put it all together. I've put the corners together, and then I've just put it on the ground. It's really, really big. And the problem with it being really, really big is how much soil will have to go into it to fill it. So come have a look, help me make a decision. It's very, 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 very big. It's just wonderful. Like if you were just wanting to add a garden bed to your home, this would be absolutely perfect, but it is really big. It's very, very big. That's a lot. It's very big. Really, 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 really big. And we have to put soil in there. Now, we can do like the hugelkultur type of, gardening where we can put in branches and leaves and fill it up that way. I got lots of that. But let's go to the front yard and I'll show you what we're dealing with. These are the beds that we are replacing. What soil is in these grow bags, I think 2 of them would fill that one up. I'm not sure if you're getting the dimensions of how big it is, because it is a good size. So I don't know if we would call that 3 feet across. So that's what we have. And we have 4 of them. And if we wanted to bring out 5 new beds, they wouldn't fit. Or they would be, bumper to bumper, basically, is what we'd be looking at. So we have that. That's going to replace this. I don't know. Because I could just put 3 of them out there, or I could make it a little bit smaller. I will have to consult with my daughter to see what she thinks and what she says. Mind you, she has the same kind of mentality as me. It's like, Mom, grow a lot of tomatoes, lots and lots of tomatoes, so that we can do lots of things with the tomatoes. And having a bigger space allows for me to grow quite a bit more. And some of the grow beds I could just put into storage, and I could just have, 3 out there. So that is something to think about. But you will have to wait for the big reveal in a couple of videos from now. So I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you on that next video, which will be about the trellis fence out at the farm. And then after that, you'll see the big reveal of what we chose to do. Take care and God bless. It's growing season.